This is the Sam Houston Coaches Show, presented by HEB, live from True Texas Barbecue. Let's join the voice of the Bearcats, Carlos Zimmerman.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. How y'all doing tonight, small mighty crew? Glad to have you guys back here on the show. I'm your host, Carlos Zimmerman. Glad to have you with us tonight for another edition of the show. We're going to go a little out of order once again this week as we're still waiting on some other guests to come on in, but we do have who effectively has become our first guest tonight from Sam Houston women's basketball, the junior guard and forward, Renee Smith. Y'all give it up for Renee. Renee, how are you?
I'm good.
Glad to have you on the show tonight. Thanks for coming out. So usually just get a little bit of background on you first. So you grew up in Philly.
Yes.
Philadelphia. Talk to me about growing up in the city of brotherly love.
Growing up in the city, I think I had a good time. I was born in Center City,
Okay.
so I was always around the action, like maybe 2 minutes from South Street, maybe 5-minute walk from City Hall, 15-minute walk. I could get everywhere in the city. Grew up on the trains and everything, which I think is just cool. I had a good time.
There you go. I mean, I've been to Philly. I actually went to Philly during Christmas time because my aunt and cousin live there, and it's just such a nice town to check out and everything. So that's awesome. So what made you decide to just go the basketball route when you were younger?
I was always tall. I maxed out at 8th grade, so I was always 6'2" in 8th grade, and everybody was like,
Wow.
you need to play a sport. Originally, I was doing martial arts, and then I picked up basketball because in recess, like, that's what all the boys do, and I wasn't into, like, dancing and stuff like that. So I started playing basketball with them, and then I joined my first AAU team in about, I think, 8th grade, I believe.
Okay.
And, yeah, ever since then, I've just enjoyed it. I knew that's something that I wanted to do.
Awesome. So you went to Friends Central School?
Yes.
Up there in Pennsylvania? And I did a little digging on you. You averaged 14.2 points a game there and 11.6 rebounds there, which is, awesome. Averaging a double-double in high school. It's an awesome feeling. Just talk to me about your time playing ball in high school.
In high school, my freshman year, it was a big adjustment because I would say my freshman team, we were pretty good. I played with about 3 Division I athletes. One of them, actually the post player who I kind of mentored me in a way, Michaela Vaughn, who wound up going to Notre Dame, played with her, and it was just an experience playing with all of them. I think I learned a lot my freshman year. We won our championship and everything. The following years, because she was a senior, she graduated, so I had to step up. And it was me and my other AAU teammate, Nia Jordan, who kind of took on leading the team at such a young age. That was difficult to navigate, but towards junior, senior year, we really figured it out and started just figuring out basketball as a whole. So, yeah.
That's it's like I said, it's exciting to be able to just play well and up to that level and also have great, teammates around you to be able to help them build you up. So let me ask you this. You started out in Colorado before you came here. I mean, what were you able to learn as a buff before moving on to Sam?
I definitely got to see, like, all the hard work that went into it. I mean, we didn't get to go to the tournament, but my second year, I believe we were 1 game away, and it was really COVID that got us. We were supposed to play Utah, and they canceled the game because of COVID, and we just needed that 1 more game to go. But just preparing with them because, like I said, that time I was actually my best friend now, Maya Hollenshed, was pro. Like, every time just going up against her in practice, it was fun, like, just seeing, like, watching her work and just learning a few things from her. Maybe, honestly, I saw her, like, and that was the reason why I didn't commit to Colorado was because of her, because she was basically an older version of me, just a little taller, 6'4", and a little skinnier, but she really impacted my decision, and just playing under her and learning everything I could from her, I had a really good time.
Now, what factored into you moving on from Colorado over here to Sam Houston?
I think definitely playing was the difference there. I think in Colorado, like, I understand freshmen, like, it's going to come and stuff like that, but sophomore year and stuff, I was ready to play. So I think coming here, just adjusting to actually getting some minutes on the court, that was very hard for me last year. It did feel like I was a freshman on the court at times, even though I was older. And now this year, it seems like I've kind of got things a bit more figured out, and I'm starting to be more comfortable with the game.
What was it like for you coming to campus for the very first time?
It was definitely a culture shock to me. That was my first time in Texas. I've really only seen Texas on TV shows. I've heard about Texas. So when I came here, it was definitely a culture shock. I wasn't used to people being so nice. I would joke all the time because back home we don't greet each other. Like, we'll just walk by each other. There's nothing to really be said.
Just the subtle.
Yeah. And here it's like just saying hello to people, and even the yes ma'am, yes sir, that threw me off because I'm so used to just saying yeah.
Okay.
And here it's seen as disrespectful, where back home, yes ma'am, yes sir, we don't say that.
Okay. Wow. I had no idea. See, when I went up to Philadelphia and I was actually on the New Jersey side, one culture shock for me in that area is that you don't pump your gas. They do it
Yeah,
for
that's
you.
a Jersey thing. We don't. I wish we had that in Philly, but that's in Jersey.
So I mean, it's obvious that's obviously a different thing from the culture shock of coming over here to such a huge state and everything. So that's awesome. Last season, I mean, I know you said you didn't see a whole lot of time on the court, but what did you learn most from the guidance of your older teammates like Courtney Cleveland and Madeline Batista?
Definitely just the pace of the game. I think last year I learned how to pick things up. I will honestly say I was out of shape when I came here, and just learning to play through fatigue. Playing hard for every possession, I think that was really emphasized, especially with Coco, who was just a monster on defense. So playing with her and her passion for the game, she really helped me pick things up and try to carry that on to this year.
So let's talk about this year. I want to highlight one game in particular against Utah Valley. Huge breakout game for you. You had 16 points and 9 rebounds off the bench, no less. Just talk to me about that ball game from your perspective, if you remember. I know lots happened since then.
That ball game, I believe, it started with the transition, and then after they weren't really boxing, and I like the rebound. I think that's my strong suit. So once I saw that was open for me, I just knew to crash the boards every time and try to get as many putbacks and stuff like that. And once after 2-3 buckets, it just kind of seemed a little effortlessly, and I was just having fun out there.
You've gotten to even start a few games this year, aside from it's your first time starting aside from the one game last season. Just talk to me about that a little bit, being able to start out there on the court.
Recently, like I said, I didn't really play much at Colorado, so it's kind of been an adjustment with that as well because the last time I started was high school. And that's really high school and college are two completely different things. So I think I've been having to learn how to adjust with that instead of just sitting on the bench and watching the game and trying to learn the pace of things. You kind of just got to go in already going your best and just going from there. So I think that's been something that one I've struggled with, but also I'm trying to get better with.
Now, again, folks, if you are just tuning in to us, this is the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. I'm talking here with junior guard and forward Renee Smith. What kind of just gives you that drive just to leave it all out there on the court and just play ball?
That's the one. That's just how we practice every day. I know, that's something that I have to do. And just making that extra out, and I think that might be one from my background, just feel that's how we play. You got to give it all because at the end of the day, you don't know when it's going to be your last and stuff. And you just got to leave your mark. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm a trash talker all the time, but I don't like people talking to me, disrespecting me, So I'm going to let them know, I'm playing my hardest.
Coach kind of rolled their eyes over there. Her and Coach Hooten and Tristan just walked in. They'll be joining us here shortly. What's it been like with you and your teammates, just building that chemistry and having that bond together as a squad?
Oh, it's been a good time. I mean, Coach might not like it, but I laugh all the time with them every practice, every game. It's always a good time with them. I think we have a really good team this year, and we all get along pretty well.
All right, I'm going to throw some rapid-fire ones your way. Favorite memory as a Bearcat so far?
My favorite, I forget what the win. Probably TCU, spraying water on Coach. I really look forward to bothering her.
That's been the common theme with y'all this year. That big win over TCU. I mean, as it should be, because that's always exciting to knock off a Power 5. So, who's a big motivator or inspiration for you in your life?
It would either be my mom or my old AAU coach. They both have been there, and I see her as a second mother. My old AAU coach, but they really pushed me along in life, whether it's basketball, academics. I can really count on them for everything. So that's who I play for. They've got me here, so I feel like I owe it to them.
All right, now answer this next one carefully, and I say this to everyone, and she's giving me eyes. So, your thoughts on getting to play for head coach Ravon Justice?
I love it. I mean, honestly, I think it's very different. Not a lot of coaches challenge you to be your best every day. And not a lot of coaches are honest with you every day. So I really respect it. And I know that's not easy as a coach because a lot of players don't take that very well, and they don't react in the right way. But I really respect it.
Let me ask you this. Regular routine on any given day of the week when you're not traveling with the team?
My routine, normally I am a very big sleeper. I
Amen.
will sleep.
Amen.
I probably, if I don't have anything to do, the earliest I'll probably wake up is 12, and that's pushing it. And then from there, I'll probably watch TV and stuff. Of course, academics. I'm a very big school person, so I'll try to get my work done and just go from there, see what more today I have left after that.
I wish that my day was that easy. Waking up at noon every day, that'd be a dream. That'd be a heck of a dream. Favorite place you've traveled to so far this year?
My favorite place. I would probably, I'm not sure because most of the places I've kind of been to already, but maybe probably different parts of Texas. It's interesting for me to see, because Texas is such a big state, just seeing how things change so quickly. Back home, it's I can go to different states, so of course I expect to change. Where here, it's not like that.
Let me ask you this. Favorite part of those road trips?
My favorite, it's always messing with Coach. I try my best to do it as often as I can. Yeah.
I don't know if she likes it or not, but we'll figure it out. Some more rapid fire ones your way. Kind of music do you like to listen to before a ball game?
I don't think this is a common thing, but I do like to listen to more slow songs like R&B and stuff.
Okay.
I'm not a big hype music person. I like to be as we say, in my feelings during games, So I think that's what I go towards.
Who's some of your favorite R&B artists?
It depends. Recent artists, I'll listen to Summer Walker and stuff like that. Older, I'll probably go Jasmine Sullivan and just other people like that. I have Pandora, so it just shuffles for me.
Yeah, it's just whatever it pumps out. Whatever it pumps out. Favorite athlete growing up?
My favorite athlete? Honestly, like I said, I would either go with my coach or my coach's daughter, Benaja Langley, because that's who I grew up playing with a lot, and she taught us a lot of things, especially in the gym.
Favorite season?
My favorite season, in general?
Winter, spring, fall, summer.
Oh, I thought you were talking about basketball. See, I was confused. Summer for sure. I like the heat. My birthday's in the summer, so we just can't beat that.
That's interesting because you come from Philly. It's usually cold.
It's not. A lot of people say that, but it's not as cold as you think. There are months when it is cold, but we get the heat just like y'all do here.
Fair enough. Dream vacation?
My dream vacation. Probably go somewhere I've never been. I've told people I do want to visit somewhere in Africa, Dubai or something like that. Anything along those lines.
I've seen pictures of Dubai. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Very rich as well. Favorite thing you do in your spare time?
Definitely watch TV, sleep. I like to catch up on my shows. There's been a lot of good shows out recently.
Like what?
You. I just finished that. I'm not going to spoil it, but I like how they changed the season this little bit. The focus is not on the same things as previously.
Gotcha. What's something about you that many people may not know about?
I guess personality-wise, I think a lot of people don't know that I'm a very goofy person. I think when they see me as someone who is, quiet, just serious all the time. I think I give off that impression a lot.
Okay. Favorite holiday?
Probably maybe New Year's, honestly. I would say that's something me and my family do celebrate a lot. My grandma, she likes to give us these New Year's glasses every year, and we count down to New Year's together. So.
Okay. That's unique. I'd never, and another thing that's unique, I forgot to mention at the top. The way your first name is spelled is the first time I've ever seen someone spell Renee that. Usually it's R-E-N-E, and there's always that little hyphenated one on the E. So, I found that really unique about you.
I don't know where it comes from. I still have yet to ask my mom.
All right, before I let you go, I know you're a Philly native. A lot of heartbreak last night.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on how that went?
I definitely think the Eagles gave that game away. It wasn't really anything Kansas did. I think that was our game to win, and we fumbled it literally and figuratively. I was pretty upset about that. I thought we had that one in the bag, but it's okay. We'll get them again.
Was that holding there at the end of that ball game?
I mean, I feel like you just can't make those type of calls that close in the game. I feel like that really impacted things. And then just like watching I don't know, it just upsets me because they were pretty disrespectful at the end. I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. You live and you move on. We'll see what happens next year. But, yeah, I didn't like how that ended either. But that's beside the point. Anybody want to give a shout-out to before I let you go?
Coach Justice, of course. Shout out to her. Yeah, that's my special guest tonight.
All right. Renee, thank you for coming on tonight, and best of luck in the games that are ahead.
Thank you. Thank y'all for having me.
Absolutely. All right, folks, we'll step aside and take a quick break. When we come back, head coach Ravon Justice joins us here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show, live at True Texas Barbecue.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the My H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Introducing Optimum's award-winning internet, the official internet provider of Sam Houston Athletics. Available right now, right here in Huntsville, giving you the power to get closer to what you love, like, say, the Bearcats, and go farther through award-winning internet with 99.9% reliability, smart Wi-Fi 6 for whole home Wi-Fi coverage, and 24/7 customer service. Get closer and go farther. Call 1-866-9-OPTIMUM or sign up at optimum.com today. And go Bearcats!
You value your time. So does First Financial Bank. We know all time is precious. Me time, family time, play time. Important tasks like banking take away from that time. First Financial Bank's digital banking solutions place financial decisions at your fingertips in seconds. From personal banking to securing your financial wellness, visit ffin.com/your-time to see how you can take back your time. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. How y'all doing tonight? Good crowd. Glad to have you guys here with us tonight. Before we move on, I do want to remind you, if you didn't tune in to last week's show and you didn't see the wonderful sandwiches that we had in front of us, they are being offered over there at the counter. Again, a ½ pound of sliced fatty brisket, peppers, onions, jalapenos, covered in queso, and sandwiched between two beautiful slabs of Texas toast. You can go check that out. It is available until the beginning of May. All right, joining us now here from Sam Houston Women's Basketball is head coach Ravon Justice. Y'all give it up for Coach Justice. Come on. Coach, how are you?
I'm well. How about yourself?
Doing very good. So just as always, opening statement, tough loss to Grand Canyon the other day. Just give me your thoughts on the ball game.
Yes, it was a very tough loss. I thought the girls played well. We just didn't finish out the game. But as far as their effort and their energy, I thought that they were really, really good in aspects of the game. And unfortunately, the last second play doesn't lose the game. But, definitely wish it would have went in our favor. But I'm proud of their fight. We just a game that, like Renee said, we thought we gave away that we could have finished out.
Gotcha. Like you touched on, you held a sizable lead in the ball game at one point. Grand Canyon, give them credit, they're a very good ball squad as well. It came down to a final call, or lack thereof, for that matter. Just your thoughts specifically on the end of that.
That was very challenging. If you go back and watch film, you see why everybody's frustrated with that last second call with Madeline Batista getting pulled down right there. But, it's part of basketball. That's why we ask our kids to do a lot early and often so we're not in those situations. But it was disappointing. It was definitely a game that, I thought we were prepared for it, and I thought we would win. It just didn't go on our way in that last second of the game. But, it's part of it.
Shooting-wise in that ball game, it wasn't an ideal night, 39% in the ball game, just under 50% in the second half. What adjustments have you all been making since that ball game?
I think shooters shoot. They shoot with confidence. I think that the biggest thing about shooting is getting to your spot, getting to your comfort level and things like that. And, we work on that every day in practice. I think against Grand Canyon, we shot a lot of contested shots, which is always going to bring your percentages down. But as far as getting to our shots, I think that we shot just as many shots as they did. It's just making sure we finish those shots and making sure that we're taking high percentage shots.
Now, we haven't had a whole chance, or I haven't had a chance really to ask you about this. So the system of guards that you have, China Allen, Michaela Woods, Sydney Kemp, Tierney Coleman. For the last couple of years, your offense really facilitated around one guard, and that was Faith Cook. Now you have this star guard by committee system. What does it mean to have that different look from the offensive side?
Like I told you last time when Woods was here, when Michaela Woods was with me, it's really comforting having so many guards that can score the basketball. We hadn't had that in the past. I just wish that, that we were dominant with the ball, more on the guard core. But we're very talented, like you said, with Tierney, with Woods, with China, and even Sydney Kemp. I think she's probably shoots it the best from the three. But we're definitely talented on the guard core. I just wish we was a little bit more dominant in some areas.
Now, for reiteration, just in case someone may be tuning in for the first time, we've talked a lot about your big Madeline Bautista in the game against Grand Canyon, just one board shy of another double-double, but still a fantastic night for her offensively and on the defensive side. Her play has been, let's be honest, bar none, the best it's been since she's been a Bearcat. Just wouldn't you agree with that?
Absolutely. I think that comes with experience and time. And I think that she's definitely putting in the work. And I think that, she gets challenged every day with Renee Smith over here, with Kenya up here. I think that she gets challenged every day. So she don't really get a day off, whether we're in the game or we're in practice. So I think that that's what you want from your leadership, to be consistent. And I think that, that's important to be consistent as a leader.
Coach, 6 games remaining in the regular season. You're currently 6th in the latest release resume seeding standings, which determines, folks, the order of seeding for the conference tournament in Las Vegas. Top 4 get a bye to the quarters. Your thoughts on just positioning this team in a good spot? You have them positioned in a good spot to get a top 4 spot. What is it going to take for y'all to get there?
Just finishing out games, closing games. Like I said in the Grand Canyon game, you win that and you're in the top 4. And so, I don't think that there's any team that we're afraid of or that we're scared of or anything of that. I just think you got to finish games this late in the year. Everyone knows the scouting report. You're not going to surprise anybody. I think the biggest thing is finishing plays and finishing games and just being consistent, and you want to peak at the right time. Some teams peak too early. Some teams peak in the middle. You just want to peak at the right time, and we talk about that as a basketball club. It's peaking at the right time and being on fire at the right time.
How was practice today in preparation for what's coming up?
Practice was fine. I thought everybody was locked in. I thought, everybody had a good day in practice today, And that's the biggest thing by having a lot of upperclassmen is understanding where we are in the season. We try to divide it up in 3 seasons and things like that. So they understand where we are in the season and the commitment they have to have at this part of the season.
2 games coming up this week with a quick turnaround in between it. You face UT Arlington on the road in Thursday, a team you have not yet faced this season. What's your thoughts on what the Mavericks bring to the table?
Honestly, I mean, they have a really, really good post player with Star Jacobs. I think she's very talented around the basket. I think she leads the country on both sides of the defensive end and blocks and offensive end, things like that. And I think they're just an athletic team. Their record definitely don't do them any justice. They're a lot better than their record. But, I think that our kids are locked in to understand, being on the road and going to take one, you have to be locked in and have laser sharp focus. So I think they're going to be a challenge team. Anytime you go on the road in conference, Coach Hooten's probably said a lot, it doesn't matter who you play and what the record says. Everybody's up for a game, so the battle is going to be on. Now,
not to look too far ahead, but you also host Tarleton on Saturday at home, but you have already faced them once this season. Got to win at their place, 81-66. Has much changed from them since that ball game?
You said it right. I hadn't looked at them much. Hadn't even been on my radar, But like we talked to our team, everybody gets better because, as the season progresses, people get better. Even if it's not the star, somebody steps up to that responsibility. And to talk about Tarleton, they just took Cal Baptist into double overtime. So, everybody's getting better. So, we definitely try to keep it one game at a time. Renee can't put too much in front of her plate. We can't put too much on Renee's plate. So we definitely don't look ahead. I don't talk ahead. We just try to keep it one game at a time.
So to keep with that spirit of one game at a time, keys to win against UTA on Thursday.
Just being consistent. Like you said, we didn't shoot it great. You want to definitely make sure you take high percentage shots. Another big factor is going to be the turnover situation. As the season progresses, as the season goes on, you're going to see turnovers that you hadn't saw early on with just the fatigue bodies and things like that. And just rebounding the basketball. Those are some things that, we talked about, even after our Grand Canyon loss, making sure we can take care of those things.
All right, Coach, before I let you go, you had to know this was coming. I know it wasn't the best feeling last night after that ball game. Just your thoughts.
I'm 0 for 2. I'm 0 for 2 this week. But Renee said it best. You just want a good Super Bowl game, and I thought that Jalen Hurts put his team in a really good position to win. So that's what it's about, just having a good game with a lot of good sportsmanship, things like that. So that's pretty much all.
I didn't ask Renee this, and I just thought about it. 1 through 10, halftime, how did that go?
The girls that we actually talked about halftime performances and things like that, they don't remember a lot of halftime performances. So I give it a 7.
Okay.
I definitely give it a 7. Somebody who hadn't performed in 2 years comes back to the stage. She's up high. Her equilibrium had to be off somewhere. So, I'll give it a 7.
I thought the presentation was nice.
It was, absolutely.
The floating stages was pretty cool, and,
Absolutely.
I was hanging out with some friends, and a lot of them, they're a bit younger, so they didn't know a lot of her songs. And
Exactly.
I'm just sitting there like, come on, guys.
And she had a lot of amazing songs. I think the people that are hating and didn't think it was a great performance, I think they should have bought tickets to another concert. They wanted a free concert, and she's just there for a performance.
Right.
We got to understand the difference between performance and concert. So she gave us a performance.
And, she's pregnant, too.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
did a great job given the circumstances. All
Absolutely.
right. Y'all give it up for head coach Ravon Justice. Coach, thank you for always coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. All right, folks, we'll step aside and take a break. We will flip it now over to the men's side head coach, Jason Hooten. He comes on next, so stick around, folks, here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show live from True Texas Barbecue at HEB in Huntsville.
Eat 'em up, cats. Are you looking to buy or sell real estate? Emblem Properties is here to help. We can help with residential, land, commercial, and even leasing of investment properties. I'm Sherry Barrett, the proud owner and broker of Emblem Properties, and we offer the customer service difference where our clients are number one. Emblem Properties focuses on you and your needs, not on our rankings. Reach out to Emblem Properties today at emblempro.com, proud corporate sponsor of SHSU Athletics.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the Buy HEB app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
When you open a crisp, cold Bud Light, you know game day is here.
You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
On the field or just on the go, UT Physicians Orthopedics is with you during life's unexpected stumbles. We offer comprehensive treatment options, on-site imaging, and personalized care. With locations across the greater Houston area, you can find care close to home. Visit utphysicians.com or call 888-4UT-DOCS to schedule an appointment today. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians.
This is the Bearcat Sports Radio Network on 101.7 KSAM Huntsville and online at ksam1017.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. That's right. That's right. Hot crowd. Glad to have you all with us once again here tonight. I do want to remind you folks, along with that wonderful cheesesteak that they got over here at True Texas Barbecue, they also got brisket chili, and it's that time of year. There's still a little bit of cold weather out there. Brisket chili.
Ooh, that sounds like something Coach Justice would make on a warm night or on a cool evening.
Absolutely.
By the fireplace. A little brisket chili.
Yes, it is. It's obviously what it is, with cheddar cheese, topped with sour cream and green onions, and it is available through to March. All right, joining us now here on the show is the main man himself, head coach of Sam Houston men's basketball, Jason Hooten. Y'all give it up. Coach, how are you, my friend?
I'm good, thank you. I feel a lot better today than I did this time last week, for sure.
Absolutely. So, as always, opening statement, huge win over Abilene Christian last weekend.
It was. Our guys, they were ready to play. And when we're ready to play and we do the things that we're, normally accustomed to doing, then we have some good results. And I thought our guys were locked in. They were focused. They were ready to go. Abilene came out and played pretty desperate and pretty energetic early. They made a bunch of shots early in the game, and our guys kept their cool and did a good job of just staying level-headed. And then we made that good run right there at the end of the first half, and then never looked back rest of the game.
That's right. You never looked back. I mean, you just looked like yourselves out there, and the team we've been accustomed to seeing this year. I mean, is that a testament to the practices that led up to it, or just a realization of, the identity of this team?
I mean, if I knew the answer to that question, I'd be a whole lot younger than I am right now. Those are things that you just don't know. I mean, you always try to push the right buttons. A lot of times guys just get themselves ready to play. And, we had the same routine that we did up in Arlington. And, I think, a lot of times, unfortunately, and I know Tristan's here in the audience and Renee, but, I just think a lot of times kids – they get up for games that they know are going to be tough. And, Coach Justice has said that about our team all year long to me is, when it's a big game and a good game, your guys are going to be ready to play. And, they knew how good Abilene is. They know how hard that place is to play. Had a nice crowd. It was live and energetic. And, when it's been that way, we've done a good job of being ready and matching that. And, I thought we really finished – we've done a good job of finishing, like figuring out how to finish and take a 7-point lead and make it into a 15-point lead or a 15-point lead to a 20-point lead. Instead of letting off the gas, we've done a good job of trying to put people away.
Rebounding was really the name of the game. 38 rebounds to ECU's 23. I mean, you said in practice before those games that needed to be paramount to win, and you guys did just that. Just talk to me about that a bit.
Yeah, again, that's another staple of our team. When we're really locked in and we're ourselves, then we do a good job on the glass. It's an interesting team because we don't have just one particular guy that averages 8 or 9 or 10 rebounds a game. We just got a pretty good group of guys and a pack of guys that go and rebound as a team pretty well. And we had a lot of different guys step up and rebound the ball the other night. I thought, Tristan had a good night on the glass, and Cam had one of his better nights on the glass. When those two guys rebound the ball at the 4 for us, we're a tough team to beat.
I'll highlight your main facilitator at the point. Quay Grant had an all-time turnaround game for him. He only had 6 points against the UTA and went scoreless from outside the arc. But a lot of his play on Saturday against Abilene Christian was all inside the paint. He only made 1 3 of the 2 that he took against the Wildcats. It just seems that he just found that switch once again.
Well, Quay's He's a big-time competitor, but Quay's also a guy that is guilty at times of looking at his opponent, looking at the guys he's playing against. He wants to be challenged all the time. He knew he played really, really bad in Arlington, and I think he felt really bad about that and was embarrassed about that, and there was not a whole lot that was going to stop him from playing great Saturday night. And we just got to get him to do that for the next 6 games. Because when he does that, he's one of the best 5 players in this conference by far.
And then looking at your big Casey Isiagu, he continues to just progress in a huge way. He had another great game against Abilene Christian. I mean, it seems that his confidence level has started to build much higher.
It is. It's a good point by you. I think when Casey's playing at that level, then we're a different team for sure. We're a team that can go in and play and compete against Power 5 schools, because he's 6'10 and 260 and he's moving pretty well right now. I think, I hope he's not listening tonight, but I think the biggest key with him is just his health and being able to play like this Wednesday like that and then turning around and having to be able to play like that on Friday or Saturday with that, that turnaround like that. I'm hoping that we can do that because, he's played really well the first game those trips. You know, he played great at Rio Grande, and then he wasn't so good at Arlington, and then he played great Saturday. You know, hopefully he plays great this Wednesday, and then we got to get through that wall. We got to figure out what that is that we can get him to play really well at Tarleton as well.
Practice today, how'd it go?
It was good. Had a good practice. You know, I mean, most of the time after wins, you know, guys and gals are pretty spirited and feel good about themselves, as they should. But I think just staying focused and locked in and understanding, you know, what we got to do. We talk about paying the price. You got to pay the price. You know, if you want to win and you want to do well, you got to put the work in. So I thought we came in today, and I thought we had a good day's work. You know, we'll come back tomorrow and start working a little bit more on Arlington tomorrow than we did today. Today we worked a lot on ourselves. Tomorrow we'll come in and really focus a lot more on them and, you know, get ready to play against a team that I know the game, I think, ended up 12, but, I mean, shoot, they were up 18 on us at half, and, I mean, they pretty much spanked us, you know. So we'll see how our guys respond to that.
So let's talk about the Mavericks. This team's got a different dynamic now. They have an interim head coach in place after their head coach was fired over the weekend. I mean, what's the outlook on them now going into this ball game?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, you know, you never know. I mean, you got a guy who's been a head coach at a high school that was a great head coach in high school. You know, to me, all that stuff doesn't matter. I think with 5 days in between their last game and the change, you know, there's a lot of different ways you can spin it. There's a lot of different ways you can look at it. You could think that maybe, you know, their team is taken aback a little bit about it. You also could look at it from the other side and say they may love that assistant coach, and he may have been the guy that recruited them, and they're going to play their hearts out for him. So, you know, I just think that no matter what, when the ball goes up and everybody's out there, people are going to want to compete. I think their guys are going to want to compete. They feel good about them, you know, the game last time, and they beat us. And we'll just try to be prepared for everything that they did against us last time. And, you know, let's line up and play.
One factor in the loss from my perspective when you guys played in Arlington was closing out on the three ball, mostly from their freshman who, like you said, after that ball game might be freshman of the year in the conference in Kendall Weaver. I mean, how do you approach this play now that you've seen him once?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if the threes were really what, you know, to me, the whole thing that whole day was not really UTA. It was us. You know, we didn't have our energy. We didn't have our toughness. We let a team get comfortable at their own home gym, and then from there it was a dogfight. When we decided to start playing, we were 18 points down. It's difficult to come back from that. And what happened is what normally does. We came back, we cut it to 2 or 3, but then when we needed the energy to try to finish it, we were pretty dead tired because we had to press the whole second half.
Right.
And we don't normally do that. So luckily in between we had a week off for the next game. But, you know, there's a lot of things that we did poor in that game. We did a bad job against their press, you know, and it wasn't a press that was like trying to get steals. It was a press that they were trying to take us out of what we want to do and slow us down. And, you know, it did a great job of it. We scored 58 points, but we also shot 32% from the field. And we had 16 offensive rebounds. I'm still not sure how you shoot 32% from the field and get 16 offensive rebounds, but we figured out a way to do it. So we just got to be better, got to coach better. I did a poor job in that game. I didn't have our guys apparently ready to play. So I'll do a better job on Wednesday night, and we'll be ready to play Wednesday.
One of your guys that's also been stepping up off the bench has been Damon Nicholas Jr. Very impressive on Saturday. I mean, not a whole lot showed up on the offensive side, but his defense showed up. 19 minutes of quality defense. Just talk to me about Damon, his willingness to do whatever it is you guys want him to do out there on the floor and do it well.
Well, I think Damon's still young. And, you know, sometimes when you're young, especially a guy like him who's come from a heralded high school program where he was one of the better players and won 3 state championships, sometimes you have a sense of it's hard to accept what maybe you are on the next level or what you need to be on the next level for your team. And, you know, and so, you know, Damon still probably in the back of his mind at times thinks that he's a high-level scorer. And right now that's not what he needs to do for us. And so just trying to, you know, figure that part out, I think, is taking him a little bit of some time. And then just, you know, cutting down on some of the mistakes. You know, you want to put a young guy in, but it's hard always to put him in crucial moments in tough games when maybe a play here or there could determine the outcome of the game. And he's getting to that point now where he can understand that, like being in the correct spot at the right time. And, not turning the ball over at the right, at the wrong time. And so if he'll do those things, like I've told him, he's coming in for a guy, Javion May, and all I've told him to do is just be like Javion May. And if he'll be just like Javion May, then he's going to play a lot, and we're going to be good. And he played really well Saturday, so much that in a stretch when we played great as a team, I couldn't take him out. I think he went like 12 to 13, 14 straight minutes. There's nobody on our team that I've played in that kind of stretch. But it really enabled us to get Quay and Dante some rest. And then, again, he was playing good, so I didn't want to change things up. And, I hope he continues to do that, because if he does, that gives us 9, 10 guys. And there's not a lot of teams in the country that can say they can play 9 or 10 people.
All right. Coach, obviously some news broke out over the weekend with one of the other teams in the conference. I mean, I just want to get your thoughts on how much of a blessing it is that you have such a great culture here at Sam Houston and that you've been able to drive that home with this squad.
First of all, I don't want to talk about a whole lot just because you never know the true story, or
right.
A lot of time in media, you don't always get the whole story, like what really happened. And until all that comes out, I'm not going to make any kind of comments. I just know what we have here, and we are very blessed. I say this all the time, but we've been blessed because we can recruit the kind of student athletes that we want, and yet we've been lucky enough to still find a way to win games. Have we won 1 million championships here and been to 5 or 6 or 7, 8 NCAA tournaments? No, we haven't. And some places that's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
And so here, we've been blessed to win a lot of games, be right there every year, be super competitive, and maybe even more than competitive, be good. And yet we do it with the right kind of people. And, got guys that are graduating yearly, going to class, no issues, no problems, knock on wood, all that. It is a blessing. And trust me, I appreciate everything I have here. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate, a lot. And the biggest thing I appreciate is the fact that we do have the culture that we have, because it's not a given. And I think you can look across the country maybe at that situation right now, and you can see that it isn't always a given. It is something that you have to work hard at. It's something that I'm proud of and that we're proud of, our program's proud of. And I think that our administration, I think that our university, I think that our community is also proud of that as well.
Absolutely, Coach. Well said. All right, Coach, before I let you go,
yep.
You got your wish. The Chiefs won.
Oh, well, it wasn't a wish. I just kind of told you what I thought. I thought they were going to win, and it was actually – I thought it would be a really good game, but it was probably even a better game than what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they might win maybe by 7 or 10 instead of kicking a field goal there at the very end.
Right.
Both teams are really, really good, but, I think sometimes when you get to a Super Bowl, you have an advantage if you've been there before.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew Kansas City had already won one. They got a quarterback that had been there a couple times. I just felt like when it got down to it that they were going to make the play or the drive at the end, and they did. I know everybody's talking about that call at the end of the game, but to me that call didn't – I would have liked to have seen Jalen Hurts get the ball with 1:40 to go and see if he could have marched down there, but I don't think that would have happened. I don't think they would have gotten down there close enough to kick a field goal. And, but it was good. It was a good game.
Absolutely.
Good outcome. The best thing about that game is I can go another year and I don't have to listen to my brother. So that was a great part of that outcome. And he hasn't. I actually felt really bad for him today. So bad that I haven't texted him yet, but I'll find one of those memes on the internet that shows that dude getting held or something, and I'll send it to him. And
there you go.
He sends me plenty of Cowboy stuff. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Y'all give it up for head coach Jason Hooten. Coach, as always, appreciate your time.
Nope, thanks for having me on.
Absolutely.
Appreciate y'all. Thanks, True Texas Barbecue.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to step aside and take another break. Joining us after the break is the senior forward in TI. Tristan Ipe comes on next.
Curious about what real estate agents enjoy the most? It's about reminding our clients that dreams really do come true. RE/MAX is the #1 real estate company nationwide. RE/MAX Prime Properties is a locally owned family business in Huntsville. Need a realtor knowledgeable in our area? Call one of our experienced agents and let us guide you home. RE/MAX Prime Properties is located at 1215 Financial Plaza, Huntsville, Texas, and is a proud partner of SHSU Athletics. Eat 'em up, Cats.
Bearcat fans, get game ready with Barefoot Campus Outfitter, your one-stop shop for all things Sam Houston State. Going to games, going to class, or hanging with friends, Barefoot's got you covered. Show your Bearcat pride with polos, caps, tees, novelty items, decals, and more. With new items arriving weekly, Barefoot Campus Outfitter is located across from the university on Sam Houston Avenue. See you soon.
For any of your shipping, faxing, copying, or notarizing needs, get on down to Pack and Ship. Big or small, they ship it all. Conveniently located right off 45 on Highway 30 next to Hobby Lobby. At Pack and Ship, there are no lines. They have a kind, experienced staff ready to help you. Pack and Ship, happily serving all residents of Walker County and the surrounding areas. Pack and Ship.
At HEB, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of HEB jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an HEB Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit HEB, your official game day headquarters, or use the My HEB app to order curbside and start planning for day right away.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back on the Sam Houston Coaches Radio Show. How y'all doing tonight? Glad to have y'all joining us tonight. Some great folks in the house. Cody Stark, our one-man wrecking crew at Sports Information over at Sam Houston. Christy Johnson, our rep from Van Wagner, joining us tonight. Payne Andrus, best director of basketball operations in the WAC, maybe all of college basketball. The Hollands joining us tonight, as well as Aiden Pearson from Huntsville Hornet Boys Basketball. I want to shout you out real quick. Y'all got a big ball game tomorrow against Kingwood Park, a win, and then a Porter loss to Lufkin, and you guys are playing for a spot in the playoffs, so best of luck to you guys tomorrow night. All right, joining us now here in our last segment is the senior forward himself, Tristan Ipe. Y'all give it up for T.I. Tristan, how are you, my friend?
Doing good, for sure.
Absolutely. Glad to have you on tonight. So, as I do with every player, I just want to get a little background on you. You hail from the great town of Deer Park.
Deer Park, for sure.
DP. Just talk to me about growing up down there.
Growing up, great community. Like, I was one of the lucky to be one of the good basketball players around there, and everybody was rooting for me, so it was kind of cool.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What made you decide to go the basketball route?
Basketball, I almost played football coming into high school. And then I got a call from the head basketball coach, moved me to JV.
Okay.
And I was the only player on JV, so I stuck with basketball.
Okay. Did you end up playing football in high school, or was it just basketball
I didn't play football,
the whole way?
Just basketball.
I think you made the right call at the end of the day. Did you play any other sports outside of basketball?
Just basketball.
100%.
For sure.
Good deal. Good deal. Any memories from playing ball as a Deer Park Deer?
Went to the fourth round of the playoffs.
Wow.
I think we didn't go. We haven't been in the fourth round in like 40 years.
Wow.
So it was a pretty big moment for us.
Who'd y'all end up playing?
Katie Tompkins.
Katie Tompkins.
Yeah. 5 D1 players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll do it. That'll do it. So after graduating from Deer Park, you moved on, went to Blinn to start your basketball career. What factored into going the JUCO route instead of a 4-year?
Out of high school, I didn't have any D1 offers. I had a lot of D3s, and I talked like one D2.
Okay.
And then I took the JUCO route 'cause I heard a little bit about it. I didn't know too much, but I know you could still go D1 after that, and that was my overall goal.
What did you learn most from your time as a Buccaneer?
The grind, for sure. It was hard to get out of there, hard to get offers. I was trying to get offers my first year, didn't get any offers. And then my second year, I did pretty good and got some offers.
There you go. There you go. So came to Sam Houston. You came here in a rather, tough time.
Yeah, COVID.
In our world in the middle of COVID. I mean, just what weighed most in your decision to come out here to Sam?
Coach Hooten reached out to me a lot. Mudge was talking to me a lot. And they made me feel like a family, made me feel like home. And it was not too far from, it's like an hour and a half up the road. So,
oh, yeah.
So I can go home anytime.
Absolutely, absolutely. First year at the D1 level, I mean, a different kind of season, of course, with all the, social distancing and everything and all that garbage. You still got to play ball. How did that feel in your first year at the D1 level?
It was pretty good, especially because a lot of teams, a lot of us got COVID before the season, so it's kind of, it's a bad thing, but it's also a good thing because we got to play a lot of our games. Like unlike some schools, they get like half their season cut off.
Right.
So it was pretty good.
Talk to me about this chemistry that you've been able to build with the teams over the years, but you've gotten to stay constant with a couple of guys like JMA and DP. Just talk to me about this chemistry and brotherhood you guys have.
I still remember like the first Zoom we ever had. We were coming in like in the summer, and like we all like on the Zoom we felt like it was a brotherhood already. Like, so I knew it was gonna be a good little group we got.
And you've got quite a good head on your shoulders just watching you out there on the court every night. You started out this season in the non-conference as a starter, but then you shifted to more of a sixth-man role off the bench. And you've really blossomed in that role. What was that like going through that change from having to go from a starter to be first off the bench?
I feel like it's the same thing. I'm still playing like the same amount of minutes, and I'll play whatever and do what I got to do to win. We are winning, so.
There you go. And that's the right
Can't
attitude.
complain,
That's
sure.
the right attitude to have. All right, let's talk some business real quick. Great win over Abilene Christian on the road. Just how did it feel for you out there?
It felt good, especially after the loss to UTA. We had a whole week to prepare and get ready, and it's always a good crowd at Abilene, too.
Oh, I mean, they had a really good crowd. It was rather loud, so
For
it was
sure.
good to kind of just give them that little bit of a knock there on the road.
Most definitely.
Since you got here, I mean, what have you learned the most from this coaching staff?
I learned how to kind of become more of a man and be responsible for myself. We have a lot of our coaches are father figures away from home, so I kind of learned how to be a man for sure.
Now, carefully answer this one. I know he just stepped out, so this is probably a good opportunity to ask this. I'll ask you two questions. Your thoughts on getting to play for head coach Jason Hooten?
I like playing for him because he brings the best out of you. If I'm slacking one day, I'm not going hard, he's gonna call me out for it, and that's what I need for sure.
Absolutely. And carefully, and this is why I say carefully answer this. Do you have a particular assistant that you just like to gravitate to?
I don't want to show no bias at all.
Okay. Smart answer.
For sure.
Very smart answer. So don't worry, guys. It's all good. Who's been a mentor to you in your basketball career and why?
Probably my first basketball coach from YMCA, Coach King. He coached me from when I was 6 years old all the way to ninth grade.
Wow.
And he was kind of like a father figure to me and showed me how to do everything and become a man also when I was growing up.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, this is your final season as a Bearcat. What kind of impact do you just hope to leave on for future players that'll come through this program?
I just feel like, especially for our guys that just came in, hopefully I'll show them how to be a leader and how to bring new guys in and show them the ropes and stuff.
All right, throwing some rapid-fire ones your way, so feel free to answer this however you would like.
Right.
Favorite place that we've gotten to travel to so far this year? I mean, we've been to Utah 5 times. We've gone to Florida. Favorite place out of any of them?
I'll probably say Florida. Utah the first time. Not the,
The
other
first
4
time.
times. Not the other 4 times. Just the first time. I like to see the mountains and stuff. I never been out in Utah before.
Okay. Yeah, I hadn't either prior to this year. So, and then Florida as well?
Yeah, Florida was good too.
A very good trip. Very good trip. Favorite part of these road trips, besides the ball games, of course?
Besides the ball games, I would say bus rides after a win.
Mm-hmm.
Joking on the bus for sure.
There was a lot of that on Saturday night.
Every time.
Quite a lot of that. It's always a good time, though. Who's the toughest team you've ever faced in your career?
In my career at Sam Houston?
Overall. High school, Sam?
I'll probably say probably Texas last year.
Okay.
They're really good.
Absolutely.
Especially that crowd. We played in that little small gym, too.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't hear nothing.
No. It was so loud even on the TV and on the radio as well because I was producing that ball game. It was fun. and then Javion.
Oh, yeah. ESPN top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a lot of fun. I asked this to every one of you guys. We've had a good mix of meals on these trips and everything.
Mm-hmm.
What's the favorite one that you've had so far that we usually get?
Chicken Alfredo does not miss.
No, it
not
doesn't.
Miss.
That salad that we have, too, it slaps.
I'm not a big salad guy, but
it's fair.
Yeah.
But the chicken Alfredo?
Does not miss.
Nope. Does not one bit. Even if it's a little lukewarm, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
So I know that's weird to think about. But did you have a favorite meal growing up?
Favorite meal? I love seafood, like crab legs, shrimp, stuff like that.
Growing up down by the coast, that'll definitely do that.
Not too far from Galveston.
No, not at all. Man, that just sounds good right now. What kind of music you like to listen to before a ball game?
Mainly rap.
Mainly rap?
Yeah.
Any particular artist?
Lil Baby, Young Thug, Gunna, Babyface Ray.
See, I actually know all 4 of those, oddly enough. And nobody else does. Let me ask you this. I'm not certain, and I usually look at the itinerary to see where who rooms with who. But remind me, who do you room with usually on these trips?
Key and Scroggins.
Key and Scroggins. What's that like having Key as a roommate?
Goofy 24/7. Always want to joke around.
I see it.
Yeah,
see it.
He seemed like he's quiet and chill, but he's not at all. He's not.
He's a good guy, though. He's a very good guy. Favorite musical artist of all time?
Musical artist, Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne.
For sure.
What about him?
That was what I listened to growing up. He's one of the GOATs, for sure.
Absolutely. Favorite athlete growing up?
Favorite athlete? I'd probably say Dwight Howard when he's Orlando.
When he was Orlando Dwight Howard.
Orlando Dwight Howard. That's why I wear number 12.
Not Houston Dwight Howard.
No, not at all.
What about him, though?
I just like watching him play.
And that's why, and you say that's why you wear number 12?
Yeah.
Smart man. Favorite thing you do in your spare time?
Probably just hang out with my teammates and play video games.
Okay. Oh, that first time I've ever gotten asked this. Do you have a favorite video game right now?
2K.
2K.
Yes.
23?
23 for sure.
Okay. Why 2K? I mean, this sounds stupid, but why 2K?
Well, love basketball.
Obviously.
For sure.
Obviously. You have a go-to team that you use in the game?
I actually want to play with the Suns.
Okay.
All the trades and stuff happen. I want to try the Suns out.
Mm-hmm. Is that your favorite team right now in the NBA?
Favorite team is the Rockets, even though they're not doing too
Attaboy.
good.
Attaboy. It's okay. We're on the up and coming. They'll
rebuild.
Hopefully they figure it out
for sure.
Because the middle of spring just gets disappointing.
Exactly.
When it's especially even when football season rolls around. We ain't gonna talk about that. He's not gonna let me hear the end of it. Favorite season? Summer.
Summer for sure.
Summer. Just read minds. Great minds think alike.
Exactly.
Absolutely. What about summer?
Just chilling, hanging out with my friends this summer. Get to go to the mall, go whatever, go to the beach for sure.
Dream vacation?
I would say I've been to Bahamas once. I'm gonna go again. That was one of my favorite vacations.
I grew up with 3 guys in high school that went from the Bahamas, and they tell me it's absolutely gorgeous. So I need to go check it out sometime too, or even maybe play a tournament down there at some point. I don't know. I mean, Cody agrees. Cody's on board with it.
Most definitely.
Let me ask you this: what's something unique about you that many people may not know about you?
I feel like maybe when you first meet me, I'll probably come off as like don't talk too much. And like once you get to know me, I'm gonna talk your head off for sure.
And now I'll ask you this because it just popped in my head. So for the first year, amongst all of us broadcasters here at Sam Houston, we called you Ikpe. And then you tell us before last season that it's actually Ipe. Why'd you wait a year to tell us how to pronounce your last name?
Because I didn't heard every sort of last name. They messed it up so much. I was like, I just quit correcting. So I'm like, it's whatever.
But we need you to tell us that stuff. I'm glad we got it fixed. But, it's all good. It's all good.
For sure.
Thoughts on last night's game? It was a good one in the Super Bowl.
I'm not going to lie to you. I did not watch the game.
There you go. Not one bit of it. Not one bit of it.
Not one bit.
Nothing wrong with that. Probably a less stressful night.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Were you pulling for anybody in that game?
Jalen Hurts, because he's from
Channelview.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
He played against us in high school, and it was bad.
He's bad, dude.
It was
Bad dude. All right, Tristan, before I let you go, as we're running short on time, anybody you want to give a shout-out to?
Shout out my mom, dad, family, everybody back home, Deer Park.
All right, good deal. All right, y'all give it up for T.I. Tristan Ipe joining us tonight.
Appreciate you.
Absolutely. All right, folks, before we go, I want to remind you that we have got quite the slew of ball games coming up this week. Of course, men's basketball takes on UT Arlington this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. You can catch it on ESPN+. Our good buddies Tom Franklin and Ken Holland, who's in the house tonight, they'll have the call Wednesday night at Johnson Coliseum. You can also tune in right here on 101.7 KSAM FM and the Bearcat Sports mobile app. I'll get underway with pregame at 6 o'clock. Thursday night, the women are on the road in UT Arlington. That game tips off at 7 p.m. on ESPN+. And then we've got a doubleheader on Saturday. Of course, men's basketball will be on the road in Tarleton. That game also, again, on ESPN+. Right here on KSAM and the Bearcat Sports mobile app. That's a 7 o'clock tip-off. Women's basketball is at home, ladies and gentlemen. A 2 p.m. tip-off on ESPN3. You can also catch it on student radio at 90.5 KSHU FM. For tickets, please visit GoBearcats.com. And that'll do it for the show tonight. Thank you all again for joining us. Again, a big thank you to the folks here at True Texas Barbecue for everything they do to help us get going here tonight. Big thank you to all the folks that came out here tonight. Y'all give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you all for coming tonight. And hope to have you join us once again next week for another great Sam Houston Coaches Radio show right here on the Bearcat Sports Radio Network. For the entire crew, Brian Reeder, our producer tonight, and Jordan Smith here off to my left, I'm Carlos Zimmerman. Thank you and good night. God bless. So long. And everybody, I haven't had a chance to do this yet, but before we go, let's just give a big 1, 2, 3, eat 'em up cats. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Eat 'em up. Good night, and we will see you next week.
Cold Bud Light. You know game day is here.
Touchdown! You owe me $5.
We mean every sound. Enjoy responsibly. 2022 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
On the field or just on the go, UT Physicians Orthopedics is with you during life's unexpected stumbles. We offer comprehensive treatment options, on-site imaging, and personalized care. With locations across the greater Houston area, you can find care close to home. Visit utphysicians.com or call 888-4UT-DOCS to schedule an appointment today. Better healthcare starts with you. UT Physicians.
Hey y'all, Aaron Watson here. It's great to be back on stage performing, and I'm back to let you know about First Financial Bank's Swipe to Win promotion. From now until December 31st, 2022, with every use of your First Financial Visa debit card, you will be entered into a drawing for a $49,500 certificate towards the purchase of a new vehicle. It's as simple as that. Start swiping today. No purchase necessary. Visit ffin.com/sweepstakes for official entry rules. First Financial Bank, member FDIC.
At H-E-B, we know that game day is about more than the game itself. The taste of victory is unparalleled, but so is the taste of H-E-B jalapeno poppers hot off the grill. Seeing the best players in their prime is truly something to behold. So is an H-E-B Prime 1 burger that you grilled to perfection. For low prices on all the things that make game day great and delicious, visit H-E-B, your official game day headquarters, or use the My H-E-B app to order curbside and start prepping for game day right away.
This has been the Sam Houston Coaches Show, presented by HEB. We invite you to be a part of the live audience at True Texas Barbecue next Monday evening. On behalf of Carlos Zimmerman and 101.7 KSAM, thanks for listening. And eat 'em up, cats.